The kind that you think is too blue to really exist. Like Emmy's panties this morning.
Oh, don't talk about Emmy's panties.
Oh my god. I'm already on the edge here, woman. Welcome back.
Hello!
It's the Bookend.
It is. And
Gaming.
I'm Eric.
And I'm Travis.
To make a girl cry is the most despicable thing to do.
Go on.
Even Rin. Especially Rin.
Even Rin. She's hardly a girl.
Behind that veil of aloofness, Rin is just a human being too.
What?
Just as confused, scared, and lost as any of us is. Most of the time, it seems like that there's no rhyme or reason for what Rin does and says, but for once I think I really understand how she feels.
Sad.
But no, I can understand this emotion.
Finally.
Sad.
I get girls now.
But no words can express it, and no words can make it better. So wordless we stay, quietly waiting for her tears to run out. Time passes agonizingly slowly. I keep checking my watch. Is this over yet?
My shirt is soaked.
Even the lazy specks of dust floating in the air seem to pause into a standstill. The obligatory wall clock is ticking distractingly from above the door. Tick-tock! Come on! I decide against counting the seconds because it would make them feel longer. Eventually, Rin stirs a little and still smothering herself against my chest, mutters into my shirt.
Let me be here for a while.
Oh, God, we've already been here a while.
Please, Hisao. Just give me a little while.
A soothing deluge, spreads into my consciousness.
Ooh, fancy.
Fancy word. The knowledge that while being here for Rin is all I can do for her, that's all she wants right now, even after all we've gone through. Sure. I'm so comforting.
She just blows snot in your shirt.
Yeah. So she stays there. But I still can't bring myself to draw her closer so I could embrace her properly. It's because doing it would just make me so sad that I don't know if I could bear it.
I don't want to cry like a loser.
I can't show emotions. We already determined this with Hanako.
Yeah, I'm a guy.
I can't hug her. Fine. The realization that we might never really be able to become what we want to be for the other crystallizes into my mind as a diamond-hard enlightenment.
Speaking of diamonds.
A pang surges throughout my heart like an electric shock. Uh-oh. It's painful. This clarity hurts. What can we be for each other? What meaning is there for us to desperately cling to each other even though it seems so futile? What should I say to Rin? How can I make her feel better? Now I'm gonna cry. I do not know any of those things, and I fear knowing them would only hurt more. Forcefully, I push all of that out of my mind because I don't want to be thinking of hurtful truths. My thoughts calm down soon enough. The sadness disperses until all that is left of me and Rin and the tender feeling of her warmth and softness against my chest. When did I fall in love with her? I can't remember, but I'm certain it was somewhere around the fingering.
Yes. I was going to say, I don't know, somewhere around like episode 15 or something.
I'm certain it was way before the warm touch of her lips on my own on that orange-colored afternoon while she was sick with cold and I went to see her because of her unclear reasons. Thank you for that flashback. Her carefree attitude, the air of otherness around her, all the things that make Rin herself. Those things captured me with irresistible force.
Except she doesn't like watermelon.
The way she could take in anything and everything, giving it only the value she herself placed, weighing all things fairly and without prejudice, seeing the world as she wanted. This is something I could never do, and Rin was probably more of a muse to me than anything ever was to her. She seemed so free to me, truly a free spirit, while I, constantly worrying about everything, seemed so inhibited that it was almost embarrassing. Maybe that's why I latched so tightly onto Rin, trying to get inside her world that was so different from my own bleak life. Oh, Jesus.
Or maybe it's because she's a cute redhead and I'm thirsty.
Yeah, well, I believe it.
high school.
Before I noticed it, that irresistible force had pulled me dangerously close to her, but it turned out to be way too alien for me. No, she's human, we remember? And I had forgotten Newton of all things. Man, you are really wandering.
Where am I again? How long have we been here?
The gravitational force is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the objects.
Nerd.
So if two people feel something for each other, even though feelings are not governed by the constants of the universe, I can't help thinking that for some time now I've been a satellite to Rin's brightly shining planet. Planet Rin. That's what I'd call it. The thought makes me almost laugh. She really does seem to be from another planet. At times minus green skin and possibly some tentacles. I've seen those fan arts.
Yeah.
Wow.
Does that mean Emmy's from Uranus?
What were we doing there? Perhaps because of my stifled laughter. Planet Rin, that's a good one. Rin pulls away and I let her go, feeling the cold when her warmth goes away, and slight embarrassment for letting my thoughts run wild like that. Yeah, you need to keep that under control.
Yeah.
I credit that as Rin being a bad influence on me. It's your fault, while being glad at the same time that she can't read thoughts for real. Rin's bitter tears have dried up, and she looks a little more like herself again. You ugly cry. The lost look in her eyes is still there, though. Her gaze wanders around restlessly before stopping at me.
What happened just now? Can you tell me?
What? What do you mean? I didn't say anything about a planet, Rin.
I cried.
She says that hesitantly, as if not believing it herself. Yes? She keeps staring at me as if pleading guidance so that she wouldn't have to feel so lost.
Why?
You were sad. Is that what you want me to say? I don't know what's going on right now.
Is this some kind of trick?
But isn't that obvious?
I don't know. It feels weird to cry. Is
What?
she like a sociopath?
I don't believe it. I mean, everyone does that. It's
Bert.
I bite my tongue before I finish my argument about normality. Normies do not apply to the person I'm talking to.
It always felt so wrong. Different from what's in me. Like I couldn't really tell what I felt. So I started thinking that maybe I don't know what I'm feeling. Maybe it's me who's wrong. I thought those kinds of things. I thought that painting was enough because it felt that I did it at least that right. That's all that is inside me could become a picture if I tried really hard, and it could. But it doesn't feel like it's enough anymore, because if nobody else can see that, I'll still be alone. Was it wrong to try? Everyone got really angry at me for that.
I've rarely heard Rin say this much at once before.
Remember, she had like a whole paragraph on the meadow.
Where she spoke really fast and stuff.
Yeah, I remember it because I ran out of breath.
Once she finishes, she simply shuts up, looking so neutral that it's hard to believe she just said what she did. I don't know what to think. Ellipsis. Rin was desperate for someone to look at her paintings and somehow see right through them into her soul, to understand her feelings. Because she felt she could not express them in any other way? How can one say whether that is right or wrong? It sounds pretty right to me.
Yeah.
Could it be that all this time she's been trying to reach out to me like I've tried to reach out to her? She does love me.
I'm the Iron Giant.
I sit down on a desk to think and to rest my legs that keep us both standing for a long while. You know, when I read a good book or look at a starry sky or whatever, sometimes I too feel something in this hollow tin chest of mine. Profound, like a shoot, I don't know how to describe it.
Superman.
But the instant I try to put it into words, I feel that I lose something. It doesn't feel as real, as true as it did inside my head. It feels a bit phony. Damn, even what I just said felt phony. By golly. I offer a smile that is meant to be between funny and self-deprecating, but Rin doesn't react. Anyway.
I miss doing my country girl voice.
We can bring it back. The new episode of that just came out.
Oh, that's true. We'll be doing that. Maybe that's the voice I'll get, because I can't remember the voice I gave. What's her name? One Arm Girl. The one for the mod.
Oh, that. Oh, okay.
I can't remember the voice. I'm going to have to go back and watch those episodes
right.
before we do those.
Yeah, it might be that nobody can ever express their true feelings so that others understand. Reality has no chance of living up to what someone has inside their head. Nothing can match that, not even your paintings, except maybe for you. But I suppose you can't keep everything inside. You'd explode for realsies then. What I'm trying to say is, I don't think it's wrong to express your feelings, even if you use painting as your conduit. You just can't expect people to understand you any better than they would if you did it any other way. In fact, you can't expect people to understand you at all. It's because everything is so subjective. You see the world the way you do, but it's different from everyone else.
So cheer the fuck up. But isn't that terrible?
I guess it is, in a way. She frowns, looking probably as stricken as she can, which is not much, but it's enough for me to understand that Rin is not particularly happy.
I think it might make me sad after all. Why does she look so stacked there?
I don't know.
Have I just not been paying attention, or...?
She's pretty stacked.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could do something to help it. I don't...
Give you some support.
Yeah. Human bra. I don't think I sound bitter, even though I am a little. Maybe because the light's behind her, so it's casting shadow on
Yeah,
her.
that's probably what it is.
This is my problem. I keep thinking about boobs. I cannot be what Rin wants for her, and for the same reason, she can't do the same for me either. Ellipsis. There's so many ellipses. She makes a difficult face, carefully trying to pick the words she wants to say. So Rin has times when it's hard to say anything, too. I mean, most of the time.
All the time, yeah. It can't be helped, I think. But if you say that, it makes me feel a little better.
I did say that. It's funny how some seemingly irrelevant things are the most significant ones at times like this. Like how Rin's voice is very, very small, barely audible when she says that. And how even her short bangs can cover her eyes when she looks downwards. And how they can't cover the deep red color rising on her cheeks, and all the way to the tips of her ears. They turn into a very interesting shade of red. A deafening silence follows. It's very awkward, as if I saw something that wasn't meant to be seen, even if it wasn't on purpose.
She's blushing because you're just standing there fully torqued.
Well, you don't have a micro penis.
Guess the problem's not down there.
I don't know what to say to that, but I keep feeling like I should now. She doesn't either. Still, it feels like there's no momentum to lose, even if we keep silent. Like we have some weird, wordless connection that would hold even so. Rin keeps shifting her weight from one foot to the other restlessly, looking everywhere around the room except at me. She is the one who finally breaks the spell.
Can we go? I don't want to stay here.
Oh, yeah, of course. Where? My reply is covering my nervousness as badly as her question is covering hers.
You can go wherever you like. I want to sleep. I haven't really slept for a few weeks. Feels like there's a flock of light blue butterflies inside my head. Makes it hard to think properly.
I think you need some Dayquil.
The kind that you think is too blue to really exist. Like Emmy's panties this morning.
Oh, don't talk about Amy's panties.
Oh my god. I'm already on the edge here, woman.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
She shakes her head, and I almost expect a couple of ultramarine colored morphos to pop out of her ears. It's a trick question. You're supposed to be like, they weren't blue. They were... Oh.
Yeah.
A small smile tugs upwards the corners of her mouth.
That reminds me. The blue, not the panties. She actually doesn't wear them.
Go on.
The word for a flock of butterflies is a swarm. Looked it up.
Cool. That makes my eyebrow rise into a questioning arch. Why don't you use it then?
I like the other word better.
Why look it up in the first place then? God, she's so dumb! Then you should use it, right? She nods and falls silent, her gaze escaping mine to the side, attracted by the dark orange sunlight refracting from the windows. We stay like that for a little while, me silently looking and her silently looking out of the window silently. Hey, you alright now? She glances at me from the corner of her eye, looking wistful again. The sunlight's reflection doesn't betray any more of her inner feelings.
I'll need to think about that.
Panties or butterflies? I want to continue this conversation about panties, grasping at those straws that she finally revealed to even exist. But Rin is looking out the window so absent-mindedly that I know she won't be responsive in any way that would make sense. It's like some kind of defense mechanism of hers to avoid being sensible. Her mind is like a butterfly in itself, always fluttering somewhere away whenever it's stirred. Just when I thought I could see behind her veil, she jumps out of my reach again. Maybe that's just how Rin is. Maybe that's something I should just accept to get some peace of mind. Okay. I'll walk you back to the dorms then.
Thanks. Really.
No prob. The empty hallways of the school, devoid of its students, feel very lonely.
And we're gonna stop and start more episodes in this freaking hallway.
Yay!
It took us that whole episode to get out of that room.
I'm so happy you came visit me again!
God, I don't remember that painting's name. Did you give him a name?
I think so. I don't know.
It's Norbert.
Okay.
I don't know.
Norbert the Normie.
Yeah.